Hey, welcome back everyone. It is now September 28th of 2021, and ever since the very end of The Mandalorian Season 2 and The Bad Batch, a lot of fans have been looking forward to what Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are currently developing for the new Star Wars universe, with shows like, of course, the Ahsoka series, the Kenobi show, as well as The Mandalorian Season 3 and the Book of Boba Fett, which, by the way, is just around the corner. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars updates. Also, by the way, guys, I am on Twitter at Mike01 if you guys want to go ahead and check me out on there. I do post a couple of entertaining things from time to time. So here we are. It is now the very end of September. We are rolling into October already. Isn't it like time just flying so fast right now? October is going to be the moment in which we are going to get that big tease of the Book of Boba Fett, with the major reveal coming our way on Disney Plus Day on November 12th. So mark your calendars, on November 12th, we're going to be getting the full reveal for the Book of Boba Fett. That's really going to give fans a sense of what Robert Rodriguez, Jon, and Dave are putting together for that show. So, moving forward, alright, moving ahead here, we all know that George, Jon, and Dave are working together as this trio, if you will, as a team, to really advance the Star Wars universe, to really bring in tons of Star Wars legends, throw it in there, mix it in with the Disney canon, and do as best as they can to really just make it feel all the more respectful to the entire fandom. And that's their overall goal. They want to actually bring back the lost fans that walked away from Star Wars due to the sequel trilogy's end, and of course due to the fact that, of course, how Gina Carano was fired in such a, disrespectful way on social media. A lot of fans had issues with that. So all the fans that they lost, they are trying to regain with these new shows, starting off with the Book of Boba, next up, of course, being the Kenobi series, and then after that we have Mando Season 3 and Andor. Now, on top of this, given that both Disney and Lucasfilm are now focused on their new Star Wars projects like Star Wars Ahsoka and The Mandalorian Season 3, both Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni are actively developing their new Star Wars universe, with new announcements coming our way by this November, as well as at Star Wars Celebration. Now, currently, however, creator Jon Favreau has been making drastic changes to the brands, of course, of Star Wars, along with George Lucas. As of right now, however, recently Jon Favreau made a huge decision to fire a Star Wars writer from one of the current Star Wars TV series that are being worked on as we speak. Now, it's explained that this TV series in particular was the reformed version of Rangers of the New Republic, and that Jon Favreau has a set of 3 co-writers currently on the project, one of which was, of course, trying to implement many of Kathleen Kennedy's ideas into the series. Now, it's further noted, of course, on top of all of this, that this Star Wars writer was trying to erase Jon Favreau's overall plan to make General Leia Organa as a big character in the series, along with Han Solo, making multiple appearances, as well as Luke Skywalker. Favreau wanted to bring back the original trilogy characters to have a great reunion in the series, and that it was, of course, he who was actually pushing it in for the new TV show, and other TV shows that will use, of course, CGI and de-aging technology as well for others. Now, the writer pushed Favreau to not use the original trilogy characters like Luke, Han, and Leia, as he felt it would actually jeopardize the series that it's supposed to focus more on a new main character. Now, though this show is going to feature many familiar faces, the writer that was actually loyal to Kathleen Kennedy kept giving Jon Favreau problems for the show. He even wanted to cancel a full-fledged scene that is already written that features the Battle of Jakku in Rangers of the New Republic, that eventually takes place 1 whole year after, of course, Episode 6. Now, this led to Jon Favreau taking things up with the higher-ups over at Disney, and complained about the issue with the co-writer that led to him getting fired from the show. Now, on top of this also, now that there are 2 co-writers in total will be, of course, unveiled sometime next year, with more co-writers coming on board to work on the series with Favreau. Favreau and Filoni have been working more so on The Mandalorian Season 3 and 4 at the same exact time, as well as the Ahsoka series, which begins filming in 2022. Kathleen Kennedy, however, at no surprise, is said to have been furious over the firing of this writer from the Star Wars series. While Kathleen Kennedy is still working on the Acolyte series with Leslie Headland, Jon Favreau is also getting ready to make major announcements for new shows that are set to be revealed at Star Wars Celebration, and even during the month of November. With this co-writer now gone, Favreau is focusing fully on completing the scenes that feature moments like the Battle of Jakku and the reunion between Luke, Han, and Leia as their younger selves, unlike how they are in the sequel trilogy movies. This is set to be a big moment in Star Wars history that Favreau is really trying to make a legendary moment on the Disney Plus Star Wars TV shows. Now, on top of this, we also know that what Favreau's trying to do ultimately is that he really is trying to do what the sequel trilogy could not actually show to the fans. We know that J.J. Abrams and co-writer Chris Terrio had a lot of ideas for Episode 9. There was even an original idea that was being put together for a reunion between Luke, Han, and Leia that actually did not come out to be on the final cut of the movie, which was very sad because that was their only moment to really be able to do that so many years after the events of the original trilogy. Now that we're not going to have a project with Carrie Fisher, Mark Hamill, and Harrison Ford on the same exact set for reasons that we already know about, we also know that Favreau, what he wants to do right now is he at least wants to do that with those characters as their younger selves sometime after the events of Episode 6. Now, I get it, you know, Rangers is going to only take place days to months after Return of the Jedi. And that's only going to be for the half of the show. The second half is going to lead up to being 1 year after Episode 6, Return of the Jedi. And that is when things really start to kick up, right? That's where you're going to have the Battle of Jakku being a thing in the show. It's going to be very much oriented around what Luke Skywalker went through 1 year after the events of Episode 6, and exactly what the remnants of the rebellion in their lives were like after, of course, Episode 6. So here's the other thing that I think is very surprising. Now, we do know that there were a lot of co-writers that were giving Favreau problems on the show that led to it getting cancelled in the beginning. That's one of the main reasons as to why it got cancelled. And now it's being reformed. Now, what I mean by it's being reformed is that it's going to have a brand new title. It's going to have a brand new brand style to it. It's going to have a different approach to the story and a brand new main character. Originally, the main character, in case you guys have been out of the loop, was going to be Cara Dune, as, of course, being portrayed by Gina Carano. Now, the new main character, we're not quite sure who that's going to be just yet, but it is going to have a lot of known and familiar faces in this show, like Luke, Han, and Leia on the side, as well as C-3PO, R2-D2, and all the like. Now, this show is actually best described to be Return of the Jedi 2.0. That's what Favreau is aiming for, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. This show is going to be very much like Return of the Jedi on the rebellion side of things, and everything related to Luke, Han, and Leia kind of being the cameos, if you will, of the series that pop in and out throughout the entire show. Not a one-time occurrence, but popping in and out. Similar to how Darth Vader was used in Rogue One, except a little bit more than that. Imagine it like that. So, we all know that Jon Favreau is on his A game right now. He's doing everything correct, and I do trust in his overall structure for Star Wars. So, anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.